Here in this question on solving quadratic equations with completing the square method, we are told to use the completing the square method to solve for this equation 4x squared minus 4 multiplied by root 3x plus 3 is equal to 0. So the question before us is, how do we use the completing the square method to solve for this question? And as a guide, this particular list of steps that can help us effectively to solve this question. So we have this as our guide for completing the square method in solving quadratic equation, and looking at what we have noted there, we are going to follow so that you students can have a superb understanding of what we are talking about when we are using completing the square method to solve questions like this. In the first case, we have the equation giving us to be 4x squared minus 4 root 3x plus 3 is equal to 0. If you are to compare this with the general equation ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0, you can see that already a, which is the coefficient of x squared, is synonymous to 4, b, which is the coefficient of x, is minus 4 root 3, and c, which is a constant, is 3 in this particular case. So what we are told first and foremost is that if the coefficient of x squared, that is a, if it is not equal to 1, we should divide the quadratic equation by a. So for a particular case here, that means we divide by 4 to say we now have 4x squared over 4 minus 4 root 3 over 4x plus 3 over 4, that's equal to 0. Okay, so here we can see that 4 can cancel 4, and this 4 can also cancel this 4, and we will have our equation now to be x squared minus root 3x plus 3 over 4 is equal to 0. Alright, and then in the second step, we are to write the quadratic in the form that the variables will be on the left hand side and the constant on the right hand side. So if you are to do that here, we just have x squared minus root 3x is equal to, when 3 over 4 moves to the right hand side, it becomes minus 3 over 4, and we are done with the second step there. Now this is the key factor we need to really consider when we are working with completing the square method. And what we're asked to do is to add the square of half of the coefficient of x to both sides of the equation. Now for us, that is actually minus root 3. Okay, so what we need to do is we add minus root 3 over 2 all raised to power 2 to both sides of the equation. This is the most critical step that students generally make mistake from, so we should actually take note of it. And if we want to do that, we'll say this is nothing but x squared minus root 3x, okay, plus, now when you have the negative of the number raised to power 2, that negative will actually become a positive because the negative number will multiply itself to take effect of the square, and that will now become positive. So it's the same as saying we have root 3 over 2 all square is equal to c, which is our minus 3 over 4 plus root 3 over 2 all square. Okay, so at this stage, student needs to be very careful because what you now have on the left hand side is nothing but this is the same as x minus root 3 over 2 raised to power 2. This is the expression on the left hand side, and I'm going to show that in a minute. This is equal to minus 3 over 4 plus, now root 3 raised to power 2 is 3, okay, then 2 raised to power 2 is 4. Wow, interestingly, so here on the right hand side we can see that minus 3 over 4 plus 3 over 4 will amount to 0, but I want to show you this because this is originally what you have, and I know this is where students generally make mistake. Originally, if you want to expand this, you will see that this is nothing but x minus root 3 over 2 multiplied by x minus root 3 over 2. Now if you want to expand that, x times x is x squared, x times minus root 3 over 2 is minus root 3 over 2x, then again minus root 3 over 2 times x is again another minus root 3 over 2x, then minus root 3 over 2 times minus root 3 over 2. The negative signs will multiply each other to be plus, then we have root 3 over 2 all raised to power 2, and you can see this expression is nothing but s squared. Now we have minus root 3 over 2 minus root 3 over 2. It's as if we are having half of root 3, and half in two places is going to give us a whole, so we can say it's minus root 3x then plus root 3 over 2 all square, which is the same thing that we have here. You can see that. So student, this is what you need to take note of, that when you have your expression like this and you are trying to use the completing the square method, this left hand side will resolve into this particular expression that we have x minus root 3 over 2 all raised to power 2. So that is just a very good point for you to note. I will clear my board now. And now, as easy as it gets, what we just have is that we have x minus root 3 over 2 raised to power 2 is equal to 0. Therefore, if we were to find the square root of both sides, you can say x minus root 3 over 2 is equal to 0. So this will give us x to be, when minus root 3 over 2 moves to the right hand side, it becomes root 3 over 2. And notice that this will now be occurring twice. So you can say you want to check if all that we worked is actually the correct thing. Like here we are saying that x is equal to root 3 over 2 twice, meaning we have x minus root 3 over 2 and x minus root 3 over 2 as the two factors like we are coming from here. Okay, so of course this is also the expression of this. This is x minus root 3 over 2 raised to power 2 and is reflecting here. So if you want to open this bracket, x times x will give us s squared. X times minus root 3 over 2 will give us minus root 3 over 2x. Minus root 3 over 2 times x will give us another minus root 3 over 2x. Then minus times minus here will give us plus. Root 3 over 2 times root 3 over 2. Root 3 multiplying itself will give us 3. Then 2 times 2 will give us 4. This is equal to 0. Now this is the same as s squared. Here is as if we are having half. Look at this. We have half of root 3 and another half of root 3, but they are both carrying negative sign. So it's as if we are having two halves that whenever we are combining them together, they will give us a whole. So we have minus root 3x, okay, plus 3 over 4 is equal to 0. We want to reverse back to see if we can get our original equation. And for that, we can multiply both sides by 4. So 4 times the whole of s squared minus root 3x plus 3 over 4 is equal to 4 times 0. What we do to the left hand side, we also do to the right hand side. 4 times x will be 4x squared, okay. 4 times minus root 3x will give us minus 4 root 3x. Then 4 times 3 over 4, the 4s will cancel each other. We have this to be plus 3 is equal to 4 times 0 is 0. And you can see this check is actually confirming to us that x is equal to root 3 over 2 twice is the solution to this problem. The other area in which you could have had the problem is when you have something like, say, maybe originally you could have said that s squared is equal to, maybe we have 3 over 4. Therefore, x would have been square root of 3 over 4. And then this is the case in which it could have been plus or minus root 3 over 2, because root 3 will still be there. Square root of 4 is 2. But what we have here is not that s squared is equal to 3 over 4. You can see the square here was knocked out directly in this particular location, and then our x is root 3 over 2 twice. And that is the solution to this particular question.